And welcome to another episode of the Rebel Radio Podcast. The rebelradiopodcast.com, of course, where you can find all your Rebel Radio needs, and make sure you click those little 5-star review buttons, subscribe on YouTube, wherever you want to listen to the podcast, or Spotify, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. We do appreciate it. And this is Mark, and I've got Matt and Long. We got a full crew with us tonight, hanging out late on a Friday night, ready to roll and put some smooth jazz talk into your ears.
Smooth jazz. Yeah.
You know, I don't know. One told this story before. I don't feel. Someone was listening to the podcast one time, and they said I had a smooth jazz radio voice. I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know. It's weird. I don't feel like I have a radio voice. I hate listening. Like when I go back and listen to the show, I hate my fucking voice sometimes. I'm like, oh, I said that, or I sound like that. Especially like my Texas accent, because I don't hear my own accent. But when I listen back, I'm like, oh, God, I sound like that. I'm sure you guys sometimes feel the same way, except for Long. I know Long's are like, yeah, I got the sexiest fucking Asian voice in the planet. I don't know what you're talking about. But
I've had people compliment my voice, too.
Yeah.
So,
and I appreciate the compliment.
Albeit a little bit monotone. Someone said my voice is monotone. I'm like, oh, thanks. I guess.
So you have a consistent tone is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
I'm hearing you have a consistent tone. You're able to hold a tone and not deviate.
I will not survive in Vietnam.
Oh.
It's like, because tones are like extremely important in Vietnamese languge.
Sometimes like when I read Long's text, I'm like, is he serious? No, he's not serious, because I know how he is.
Yeah.
And he's very
dry,
straight. You're a straight level dude, and it's like, okay, Long's just fucking with me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but yeah, it's like I'm so monotone, and I don't know how I'm able to have passable conversation with my parents, and they struggle to understand me at times in Vietnamese. But yeah. But a little quick aside, can I tell y'all a little lesson, like in Vietnamese, like how important tonality is?
Yeah.
Real quick. Okay, so let's say the word ga, right? That's a Vietnamese word. Ga. That means sing, right? But if you say ga, that means fish.
Wow.
If you say ga, that means tomato. And then if you say ga, like with a G sounding, deep G sounding, then it's like means like liver. So
wow,
because like ga means fish, ga means sing, to sing, ga means tomato.
That feels like it would take, even for someone born there, raised in the language, it just feels like it would take a really long time to master that.
Yeah, and somehow I've met some Mormon missionaries that speak better Vietnamese than I do, and they're lily white, you know, and that fucks with my mind.
That's worse than Spanish. Like, so the tilde, if you say años, that's years.
Yeah.
But if you say anos, it's anuses, anal openings.
So it's important.
Matt would know that.
So it's important to spread the N sound,
the tilde.
It.
Incorporate that tilde. But it's like, it only changes one. Yours, it's like, man, you could change like five different words by changing the tone or the pronunciation. That's crazy,
dude. Don't get me started on the word jaw. It's like jaw means let's see. It's like jaw means dog. Jaw means to give. Yeah.
Wow.
It's very
Go from a verb to an animal.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely, I can see why it's one of the hardest Asian languages to learn. So
dang.
There you go. History, language lessons today.
Yeah.
On the Rebel Radio podcast.
I feel like I doxed myself.
But yeah, man. Otherwise, how are you guys? Good tonight, I hope. As good as we can be.
Good.
Yeah. It's like I was It's gonna sit out, but it's like, nah, I need my boys to cheer me up a bit. So
Yeah, I'm just like, fucking last 2 mornings just waking up with like massive allergy attacks, which is strange. I have allergies like anybody living in Texas, but I don't get like bad attacks. But the last couple of days, I just woke up sneezing and itchy eyes, and I'm like, gonna blame the Sahara dust. That's what I'm gonna do.
Sahara dust.
You got to blame something.
better to have an allergy attack instead of trying to force myself to sleep by crying myself to sleep. No, joking.
I mean,
Yes, it's better. Yeah,
I mean, you got a bottle of whiskey, man. It'll cure that. Yeah,
right.
this is true.
No.
yeah, man. Yeah, I'm all right. Just strange. My oldest one started a job working at the same store I do, so that's interesting.
Oh, really?
It's kind of weird. Michael, he was on the podcast with us a few weeks ago, and I never thought when I went to work for the company I work for that I'd have a kid working at that company. But I also have told him, like, look, man, this is just an after-school job for you. I want you, not that there's anything wrong with being blue-collar workers like we are, but I want him to do better.
Yeah.
Because it's insane, man. They started him out making, I've got 29 years and he's only making like $8.50 less than me. That's fucked up. It's like, that's a pretty small margin if you consider the time I put in. I'm like, wow. And,
yeah. I remember we were talking and we're like, man, you're like, I made $450 whenever I started. And I was like, I made $525. And
it's fucking unreal, man. But
crazy. More than double.
Him. Yeah, good for him, man. He can buy his own goddamn underwear from now on and stuff.
It'd be funny to be like, like the wages are so bad, like you're at whatever price. I don't know how much you get paid an hour, but and then Michael comes in just $1 underneath you.
Hey.
Yeah.
We have that happen all the time because the median the average cost or going rate goes up, and so you bring people in at a higher rate, and these guys that have been there for years, they get pissed off. I've been there before, but it's like, what do you do? You can't be mad at them. Gotta be happy.
Well, because essentially, I mean, not to go off a tangent, but these companies, they don't give a fuck about us guys that have been there a long time. They really don't. They can pretend like they do, but they don't. They'd rather pay someone a little bit less and less hours. And if you were to move on, oh well, they got rid of you.
And the people that do care can't do anything about it.
Exactly. That's just
yeah. These big businesses, they want to implement legalized slavery. That's what's going on. So,
but
dang.
But what do you do, man? Somehow you got to make money. I ain't figure out
baby.
Burn it down.
Winter lottery is a pipe dream, and I ain't figure out a way to get rich. It's not legal. I could do the OnlyFans thing. There might be some market out there for a big old guy like me.
you got. I think it's only dads, dude.
Is that what it is?
An only dads.
Only dads with a little bit fur on the chest.
Yeah, you put up some floating shelves in your tidy whities. You're like, yeah, just putting these into the wall here. These nice floating shelves.
No. The strange is there probably someone out there who really would watch that.
Yeah.
That's what's fucking creepy about it. Anyway, so yeah, man. On that note, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, I was gonna look at news and hey, you remember that like crazy World War II action movie that came out, Sisu? With the old guys, like it's got a sequel coming out to it. It's got. I saw the trailer for it. I'm like, it looks pretty cool actually. The first one was a lot of fun, and a trailer just sort of came out of nowhere, and I thought that was kind of cool, man. I guess there's more to. It's based on semi-true legends and stories from World War II, so I guess it's more to tell.
Maybe they found more stuff.
Yeah, it was on Prime for a while there, Sisu. I mean, if you haven't seen it, so it's kind of worth a watch. We officially have another Star Wars movie actually in production. Star Wars Starfighter has started shooting. Got our first image of Ryan Gosling standing next to a land speeder. I'm excited about this one for some reason. I think it's because it's like Mandalorian Grogu will be fun, but we kind of know what to expect from it. Whereas Starfighter feels like maybe something fresh, kind of a new story. And Ryan Gosling's I think an excellent actor. I really do like him on screen. It's intriguing to have him in a Star Wars movie, and the fact that it's actually shooting and coming out in May. We're gonna have Star Wars movies 2 years in a row. May next year is Grogu, and May of 27 will be Starfighter.
I used to be a Ryan Gosling hater a few years ago, but man, a couple of movies have really turned me around on him. Like the first movie I really liked him in was Blade Runner, 2040, and then second was The Nice Guys with him and Russell Crowe. It was hilarious in that film.
See, I couldn't get through that, but I do appreciate him, and I don't know, it wasn't my kind of humor. I tried to watch it.
No one knows what your humor is, to be fair.
We know this.
Except no one knows what it is.
I tried to watch it because everyone recommended it. I couldn't get into it. But I agree. Blade Runner, he was excellent.
He was funny in Barbie as well.
Yeah, Barbie. I mean, he was the Fall Guy. He was really good in that. So, I've
never seen it yet.
He's definitely come around, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's awesome that we got another Star Wars movie because we took a little break from Star Wars in the theaters. A lot of backlash from the fans and things like that. And I think it's time. I think The Mandalorian and the television shows have helped bring the fan base back together in a sense. And I think it's time because at the end of the day, the best way to see Star Wars is on the big screen. I mean, there's no doubt. And so it should be cool. We're going to have the 40th or 50th anniversary of the original Star Wars in theaters next year, and then the Mandalorian Grogu, and then Starfire the year after that. So it should be a lot of fun. Definitely excited for all of that. I feel like there was another trailer that came out that I'm not thinking of, but
did the Mandalorian? You see the leaked Mandalorian Grogu trailer?
Yeah, I thought that was fake.
Was it fake?
Yeah. There's rumors of the trailer. I think we're getting the first trailer in front of Avatar in December, because if you look at the history of Star Wars trailers and stuff, that probably makes sense about 6-7 months before the movie comes out. I mean, like right now you're in late August, early September. It's kind of dead time. I don't see why you put it. I mean, D23 does happen next weekend, I think, or the weekend after. So maybe we get a trailer D23. Okay.
You're right. It's been apparently that trailer has been out for more than a month.
Yeah,
and it's not a leaked trailer.
I think if we get any Star Wars trailers at D23, it's Ahsoka season 2. I don't think we get a Mandalorian trailer until Avatar. That's just what I think. Because that'll be the next big Disney Christmas time release. It would make sense the movies come out in December. Yeah, man, it looks like it's about it for news, man. It was kind of a slow week. All kinds of Spider-Man rumors left and right, and apparently the cast of Doomsday is all fighting with each other and all that, if you believe all that stuff. And reshoots.
I don't know, sometimes they have like creative, not differences, but just discussion, and then take it out of context.
Well, I know. Apparently, apparently Ryan Reynolds and Robert Downey Jr. have not gotten along on set, but Ryan Reynolds, from what I've read, is notoriously difficult to work with.
Yeah. That
Hugh Jackman seems to be the only person that gets along with him.
Yeah.
But apparently even Pedro Pascal did not get along with Ryan Reynolds on set, and there's been a lot of discussion about that, But so that stuff I might believe, but you're dealing with a bunch of personalities. Not everyone's going to get along in a movie set,
Yeah.
So
they need to toughen up, because really, I mean, there's a million people that would love their job instead of doing what they're doing. So,
absolutely,
for real.
Like, no sympathy from us, honestly.
No,
it's like
not one bit. I mean, like you said, a million people would be killed to be in our position.
Yeah,
I don't know if would you. That's a question I don't know we've ever asked in podcasts. Would you want to be an actor?
Yeah.
Like what kind of fame level? Like Tom Cruise level, or just like well-off level where you're semi-recognized?
Just enough to pay off my debt.
I think that's what I would.
I'd like to be a voice actor.
I can see that.
Unrecognizable.
I'd like to have just enough fame that, like, maybe I'm in the grocery store and somebody says, "Hey, you were in that movie," but not to the point where I could not go to the grocery store and get mobbed. I don't think I want that.
Yeah. Yeah, or have to wear a disguise.
Right. I mean, sure, I'm sure the wealth is nice, but also with the wealth comes a lot more problems.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, and attracting scammers and all that stuff too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's like these people that, when I win the lottery, I'm going to quit your job. Actually, no, you're probably not. Do you realize what you have to do when you win the lottery? You can't just quit your job. You have to hire a lawyer first. You have to probably talk to an investment banker what you're going to do with this money. And you probably need to make sure you have medical insurance, car insurance, other things in place before you just quit your job that has all those benefits to yourself. It's like, it sounds great in theory to quit your job, but you can't just quit right away, even if you make a few $1 million. It's like,
I'll quit after I get the deposit.
Right. You have to get your affairs in order first. No, you can quit your job, but you're probably looking about at least a month of working to get all your affairs in order before you just quit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'd probably just open up my own business or run a toy store and put Daniel out of business. He used to be like, I'm going to be better than Misfit Toys. No, I'm just kidding, Daniel, if you're listening. But
they're having a big sale this weekend, actually.
Lots of toy shops are having sales this weekend, but I'm too busy to go to any of them. He's having one. Texas Time Warp is doing a sale. They're up there on 290 and 34th, but it's just like I got too much going on. I got to watch the Longhorns tomorrow morning. Not going anywhere from 11 to 2:30. It's football season, baby. Let's go.
This is true.
Speaking of football, why do I keep seeing shit in my feed about the Cowboys trading off some guy?
They traded some star receiver right at the last minute. I think it was a receiver or safety, one of their star players. I don't know. Which is just unheard of because most teams don't make a trade right before the season starts.
Yeah, Micah Parsons.
But he was he wanted a new contract. Jerry Jones was like, "Nope, I'm not paying you. I'm trading you."
Yeah.
So
apparently he's one of the star defense players.
Maybe it was defense, but this is one time I agree with Jerry Jones. They let these guys become prima donnas. They don't like their existing contract. They want to cry like babies for more money. Sorry, you're gone. I have no problem with that. I think you signed a deal. You agreed to play that deal. You play it out. Mm-hmm. That's just, you don't hear that shit in baseball. You very rarely hear it in basketball anymore because of collective bargaining. It's always football players crying about how much money they're making. Like, you signed that contract, buddy.
Yeah. You know what you were getting into.
I used to have a high school in my class that actually got signed by the Cowboys, and they gave him a free Cadillac Escalade. And he got paid like $350,000 a year just for being a lineman.
Wow.
Yeah, offensive lineman.
Yeah. That's
if you were like years, pretty nice.
Practice squad. Or at the time that might have been now it's like the league minimum is like $2 million, I think, or $3 million a year.
I don't even think it's that high.
Yeah, I thought it was.
That might be the veteran minimum.
Yeah, maybe veteran minimum.
Yeah.
I
know there ain't rookies making that much money.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, man. So what'd you guys watch this week, man? Anything cool?
I was actually watching the second season of ILM. So I've just finished the third episode. They were talking about Pirates of the Caribbean or Rango. So stepping out of effects work and doing feature films and stuff like that. So
my middle son Wyatt is a big fan of Rango. It's
like
okay.
Rango.
I don't dislike it, but it's not like I don't think it's that great. But he loves it. He likes it a lot.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah,
didn't light up my world.
It was different.
Yeah,
I like how he reinvents himself, and he's like, an actor, a bit of an actor. It's like, yep, with one bullet. And then he happens to do all this shit with like one bullet and becomes a legend.
Yeah.
That's that was did you watch more of Alien Earth long?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm very interested in seeing where it's going. after the 4th episode.
Yeah, the 4th episode is a little bit slower, but it introduces a lot of new elements to the show, into the lore of Alien. But I liked it. You know, it was very, like you said, like I agree with Long. It's very intriguing. What they're doing with it. That sheep was some nightmare fuel shit though. It's like, god dang, the way it's staring at him. It's like,
Matt, where are you at?
Creepy.
I'm on episode 3. I'm a little behind because I got caught up on. Well, I stopped Better Call Saul before I finished it, and I started watching Breaking Bad.
Okay.
And
How far did you get in Breaking Bad?
Halfway through season 2.
Oh yeah, first season's only like what, 8 or 9 episodes.
Yeah.
And then like season 2, that's such a weird show. It's like eight or 9 episodes for season 1, and season 2 is like 18 episodes. Then season 3 is like 18, and season 4 is like 12 because of the writer's strike. Then they come back like 18 episodes. Season 5, it's only Breaking Bad's only like 65 episodes total.
Gotcha.
Great,
but I like it, man.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite. Like I said, it's my favorite show of all time.
Like I can't believe like whenever I went to McAllen for Big Texas Comic Con, the McAllen Comic Con, forget what it was actually called, but South Texas Comic Con, sorry. The actor that played Tuco was there, and RJ Mitty, who played Walter Jr., was there. And I want to say somebody else was there who was in Breaking Bad. But yeah, I was like, man, you know, I like his Tuco character. He has a cameo in Better Call Saul, but he's obviously more flushed out in Breaking Bad. And he plays a drugged up person really well. Just whenever he takes bumps off of his Bowie knife and flips out, it just reminds me of his performance in Training Day, and that scene where they're like going around the table.
Season 2, it's been a while since I watched it. Is Kristen Ritter in the show yet?
Yes. So I'm in the episode where I know she becomes Jesse's girlfriend, but at this point, he had rented the apartment from her, and he lives next door to her right now. Yeah. But they've taken over Tuco's territory so far.
So you just have to let that show unfold. It's like reading a really great book. You just have to let it all unfold, and just when you think you figured it out, you don't figure it out. It's just great storytelling, you know.
What do you think of Bryan Cranston so far?
Man, he's I like his character. He's getting a little out there. But I can see why whenever Breaking Bad came out, people were like calling my dad Walter White at his work, because he is bald. He had the glasses, and I think he dressed up as Walter White one time for Halloween. He got a fedora and tried to dress up as Cranston.
Yeah,
man. So you're not even. Oh yeah, you're not even to the Heisenberg stuff yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, you're at the beginning of it.
Yeah,
but it gets wild.
Like I know, he made the thermite to burn through the lock, steal the methanol, and then he made that like Tuco beat up Jesse, so he brought that mercury that. And just like blew up the building, part of the building.
The greatest thing about it is it's one of those shows that I can't think of the creator's name, the writer, is that Vince Gill. You sit there, you watch this, and you're like, how does Walter keep pulling this off from his family, his friends? But somehow he does, and it makes sense. And the writer, he took the time to make sure that he wasn't going to tell a story that took his audience for granted. Yeah. That, and that's why it is so good. It's really smartly written. You're like, Walter gets out of something. You're like, okay, it makes sense. You buy into it because it's really well done. It doesn't make your audience feel like it's stupid. And that's what's so good about that show.
Vince Gilligan.
Vince Gilligan, that's right.
Yeah, he started out in the X-Files.
Right. Yeah, he worked under Chris Carter.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It was mainly Breaking Bad for me. I don't think I really checked out anything else other than Jackie watching some episodes of Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really only watched Alien Earth this week, man, and I just, like I said, I like it. I'm kind of wanting to maybe pull back a little bit and accept it as almost an. I know Noah Wiley says that if it goes at least 3 seasons, he has plans. Wally is how you say it.
Yeah.
He has plans where if it would end where Alien begins. You know, he says he has ideas for through 4 seasons, but if it only goes 3, he could make it work that way. But I also almost feel like I guess I have to wait and see what he does. Like it's a separate universe in some ways because, you know, in the other Alien films, we never had transhumans, you know, whatever. So I'm wondering if something's going to happen to all these kids, you know, eventually to kind of reset things to where we
They're
are.
called hybrids, right? Or is that the actual name?
Well, they refer to them as transhumans, but they are like kind of hybrids. So yeah, so it's weird. So yeah, I'm wondering how that's going to play out. I really find his use of music at the end of every episode just kind of a really cool nod to, I don't know how to explain that. I feel like there's a purpose to it, you know, using Black Sabbath and then Tool and Metallica, and then this week was Jane's Addiction. You know, I think that's kind of, it gives it like this science fiction connection to modern day Earth, I guess, if that makes sense, you know, and I think that's kind of a cool thing.
What do you guys think of, isn't that what was this? The CEO or owner of Prodigy, isn't he punchable?
Oh yeah, creepy dude.
Punchable face.
Yeah, definitely punchable, and Kyle Chandler's daughter is very good. It's Wendy. She's excellent.
Yeah.
I don't know her name. I just know it's Kyle Chandler's daughter.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. That's his daughter. Yeah. Which is he turned down a role in Alien Earth to work with his daughter because he wanted to be in the DCU, and that's why he's going to be playing Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern TV show. Yeah. So, yeah, because he was almost cast in Alien Earth with his daughter, and I'm guessing he would have played Timothy Oliphant's character. That seems like the role that he would have fit into if he had been in this. But yeah, man, it's good shit. I wish it was only more than 8 episodes, but we only have 4 more to go. That's okay. Yeah, Matt, you need to get caught up on that, man, so we can not go into spoiler territory, or so we can go into spoiler territory and not ruin it for you. Not that episode 4 is super spoiler or anything. It just throws some new intriguing elements into the alien lore that are like I said, me and Long both said, intriguing. It'll be curious to see where they go with it. But it was definitely
tired of talking circles around you, boy.
Yeah.
No, well, I'll catch up this weekend. I got a couple days this weekend.
And y'all need to catch up on Andor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I completely forgot about Andor.
I know. And then Thunderbolts is on Disney Plus. I'm gonna try to watch that in the next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's some stuff in Andor that will help you understand Thunderbolts better.
In Andor?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm lying.
I saw right through that one.
Darn it.
You're full of shit, Long.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Even my racist friend in freaking Pennsylvania was able to finish it.
Your what friend?
My racist friend.
Oh, I thought that's what you said. I was like, what?
Your what friend? Racist. Oh, cool. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Racist, transphobic friend. He says that if one of his daughters became trans, he said he will beat her to death, literally. He would not let her walk out of the house.
Wow.
Alive.
That's wild. As the kids say.
All right. Well,
I know. Sorry, you got the little dark. So yeah, that guy finished Andor, and y'all didn't.
If they go to A&M, don't expect a dime from me.
The Aggies.
So you better figure it out. You choose to go to Texas A&M.
U of H or UT, baby.
That's it. You know, I mean, well, anything but the A&M or Oklahoma. You go to one of those 2 schools, you better figure it out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not giving you a fucking nut. But anyway, all right. Well, let's get into today's featured film, man. Die Hard with a Vengeance. There's the third in the Die Hard series, and as much as the original is, modern action classic and an all timer, I mean, I think With a Vengeance might be my favorite. I really, really enjoy the cat and mouse game that happens in this movie. I find it really well paced. Rewatching this week, I watched it in one sitting, which is rare for me. It takes me, I watch part of a movie and watch the rest later. But I sat down and watched this whole thing because I hadn't watched it in a long time, and still really like it a lot. There's some problems with it, which I'm going to discuss here in a little bit. But essentially, man, this is John McClaine back in the middle of action as he's kind of been suspended from the force in New York. He's moved back to New York away from Holly, and but he's not a cop at the moment because he got in trouble, and a bomb started going off in New York City, and a man named Simon wants John McClane to do everything he tells him to do, or else he's going to blow up more bombs. But it turns out it's all a giant ruse so they can steal gold from the Federal Reserve in New York City and get away rich. But there is a connection in the original film. As it turns out, Simon is Hans Gruber's brother, which is, I think, a really cool connection.
Dun, dun, dun.
And of course, John has to save the day with the help of a foul-mouthed Samuel L. Jackson named Zeus. But it makes for a great buddy cop dynamic in this film. That's essentially Die Hard 3, man. I mean, in the original, the OG terrorist movies, before all these clones we've had for many years since the original Die Hard come out. And still, this sequel is still arguably one of the best of those clones, sequels / movies like this. Your guys' initial thoughts on Die Hard with a Vengeance?
This was the first introduction to the Die Hard franchise for me. It came out in the mid-90s. My aunt would always let me watch cool action flicks, even though I wasn't old enough to see rated movies. And so that's, she's the reason why I was able to see Terminator 2, Rambo, Commando, all that stuff. My mom wouldn't let me watch that stuff.
1995.
Yep. I was, by the time I was watching, I was probably closer to 10 years old.
Damn, I was graduating high school.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I remember watching this, and they blacked out the sandwich board message when he's walking through
at the beginning of the movie.
And I was like, man, why are they being so mean to him? I didn't know until I was older and I got to watch the unedited version. I was like, oh, that's why. That's why they don't like him right now. Okay, this makes total sense.
Could you even do that movie scene now, just 30 years later or 20 years later?
Yeah, you'd have to be pretty bold.
30 years.
Maybe if you're Ryan Coogler directing it, they wouldn't say anything. But if you were Quentin Tarantino, they'd be like, "Whoa, what's this?" Well, maybe.
I think he might get away with it too.
Quentin could get away with it.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan. Chris Nolan.
But Nolan wouldn't do that. It would have to be a director, like you said, like Coogler or Tarantino.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one thing that I remember, and I always remember the that he's basically like fucking. He's got a headache the whole damn time to complain about his headache. And Samuel L. Jackson's just pissed off that he, is along for the ride. And of course the video game, the arcade game that you would find every once in a while. I remember it was a shooter. That's all I remember really. Nothing specific about it.
It was like a generic arcade game that had like levels from all three movies. I remember that.
Yeah. What about you, Long? Did you have a sequence
that you pull a Frank and say, "I like it.
I like it."
Yeah. It's good. I like it. No.
Yeah.
It's for me. It's kind of a complicated kind of a complicated viewership relationship. I don't know. What do you call it? I first seen the movie like bits and pieces, uh, on TV, but I've never actually
Mhm.
sat down and watched it. And I did finally sit down and watch the movie, but it's never like the whole movie. I never catch the first third of it, and then I just watch the rest. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
just don't know what really is going on. So I don't really have a strong tie to it as much as like the first movie, because the first movie to me is just great, and it's a classic. John McTiernan directed this one too, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
McTiernan?
he did. Yeah.
Yeah, McTiernan.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, the chemistry between Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis is
Bruce Willis.
definitely a highlight. Um, I know. I don't know. Is this the one with Maggie Q? No, I'm
Maggie
joking.
Q. It does have a singer in there. I forget her name, but she's the girl that stays silent and shoots the.
Yeah, she was like a one-hit wonder singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. They play like the Russian, like badass chick who doesn't even say anything in the movie. Just tries to get boned by Jeremy Irons at the end of the film.
Mhm.
Then John messes it up by interrupting his sexual activities.
Mm-hmm. But I was, reading on how this film came to be. So there was a script for a Lethal Weapon script where it was going to be called Simon Says, and well, no, okay, so separate scripts. Lethal Weapon script. It was supposed to be like terrorism on a boat because Under Siege was so popular at the time. Fox had a couple scripts that they were working with, and this really didn't pan out for Lethal Weapon. But the studio really liked the thought of a boat, and this fight and this terrorism on this boat. So fast forward, Rapid Fire was supposed to have a sequel, and it was going to be called Simon Says, and you were going to have Brandon Lee and a black woman, and they were supposed to get accosted by this person named Simon, making them do things to prevent a bomb going off on a boat. And so Lethal Weapon 3 took these two scripts and combined them, and that's how you got the Simon Says stuff going on. But it's crazy that I was like, man, this was going to be sort of like a Brandon Lee thing, and it's sad that it wasn't. So it was refreshing to hear about a project that could have potentially happened with Brandon Lee. But I like I think the only, and maybe it's the ADD in me, but I feel like the cat and mouse thing does drag on a little bit here, and I'm just like, God, find Jeremy Irons already and beat his ass. It's like,
I think that's one of the reasons why I don't really quite connect with this film. It's because of that.
okay.
Yeah, I remember like every time I tried to watch this film, I just couldn't really get into it. It's like all my friends love this movie but me. It's like I don't know why, and I don't hate the film at all. I mean, it's very well made. The action is done.
Yeah, practical effects.
Yeah,
yeah.
So, don't know why. Maybe I'm autistic towards this movie. I don't know.
I'm glad I'm not the only one, because it's like that you go one place, find the bomb in the subway, and then now you've got to run through the park, and it's a great scene where he's just driving through the park, and they get to the park, and it's like, you must measure these gallons and pull them into equal amounts.
See, I'm the opposite, man. I think I'm the opposite. I think the Simon Says game builds the plot into, so when you find out it's a ruse the whole time, it makes it worth the payoff, and I think it makes it different than the other two Die Hard films. I also like the fact that this movie takes place almost all during the day, so it's not completely dark like Die Hard 2 is, where you can't see half the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that.
And so I kind of like that, man. I think my one beef is this Russian terrorist. How in the fuck did he infiltrate parts of the FBI, parts of the police department, parts of the Federal Reserve? That part's a bit of a stretch. It's like, okay, he got all of his men in these places of power so he can infiltrate the gold reserve. I was kind of like, okay, I mean, even by 1995 standards, that's like, yeah, you got to suspend your movie belief for that.
Yeah.
That part's a little bit, but it is a 90s action film. This kind of things happen.
They should have done what they're doing now, send in Doge and infiltrate all the computer systems of the government. Just what happened.
Jeremy Irons, I think Jeremy Irons is really good as a bad guy. I like the way he plays the part with the fake stutter. Bruce Willis is actually very good. And man, Bruce has been in the news this week. I don't know if y'all have seen that. His daughter is giving some updates on him that they've had to move him to a home where he has some assisted living. It's very sad, and watching this makes me remember how bright and one of our iconic actors, and and seeing this. So I was thinking about that a lot watching this. And unfortunately, he doesn't remember, anything he's been in. And it's just a very sad situation to see him have to go through that, be one of the most famous people in the world and to not even know who you are.
Yeah.
But thankfully we do have these films that he's given us in the Die Hard series. And, but to go back to this film though, I'm the opposite of you guys. That's why I kind of like the tension build up in this, to where Die Hard 2 very much throws you into the action very early in the film. The first Die Hard has build up, and no one complains about that as the terrorists take over the building. It takes a little bit to get to any action in that film,
I mean, you start in the action in this film. I mean, we get like a little, what that song is.
Right, the bomb goes off. No, yeah, and it's the same director since McTiernan came back, and so it has a similar. If you look at the two, him directing both of them, it does have a similar build to it. But I think that's also what makes this cool is it is so different from 1 and 2, in a way, it's still about stealing money at the end of the day. Part 1 was about stealing money. Part 2 was about freeing the terrorists and stealing money, or the general Franco Nero,
yeah,
it's always about money. And then I don't remember what part 4 is about. That thing. Yeah.
I never saw it. Yeah.
I saw it. It's not terrible. It's not as bad as 5. 5 is fucking toilet paper.
I just remember.
Well, are you talking about Live Free or Die Hard?
Live Free or Die Hard.
Actually, I actually enjoyed that.
I remember it being okay.
I never rewatched it though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Don't watch A Good Day to Die Hard. That thing is terrible.
Yeah, I heard that one was bad.
Yeah.
That was basically the start of Bruce Willis's mental decline. Yeah. And I think that's part of the reason why he did a lot of like straight to video type movies too, is because his picking his roles is not as good as he used to be anymore.
Yeah. And he had to use the earpiece where people would tell him his lines and he would say them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at first everyone thought that he was just becoming lazy. I remember like Sylvester Stallone accusing him of being too greedy because he wanted him to be part of Expendables 3, but he was asking too much, and it was huge fallout from that. And no, it's all because it was all tied to his declining mental.
Some of it, but there are stories out there throughout the world of Bruce being very hard to work with. I mean, Cop Out, very famously, Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith very rarely. I know long ago jumping my nuts about being a Kevin Smith fanboy, but Kevin Smith very rarely says anything bad about anybody, and he just could not say anything nice about Bruce. Now, they did apologize to each other years later, but he had a very difficult time working with him, and there's other stories out there. Robert Rodriguez struggled working with him on Planet Terror, so there are other stories about Bruce being, and he was only in Planet Terror for, 10 minutes of the movie? And Robert Rodriguez struggled to get him to work, so there are stories about Bruce being that way even before the dementia,
Yeah.
And that's some guys are like that. I mean, Val Kilmer, rest his soul, was very difficult to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, Kurt Russell and Val did not really get along on the set of Tombstone, even though it doesn't appear like that on screen.
I heard William Hurt was very difficult to work with.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've heard that too. So it's just it's the way it is sometimes. Apparently, in current environments, Jared Leto is one of those people. But I think his stems from his method acting. It gets on some of the other actors' nerves.
That's not surprising.
And yeah,
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense.
But Daniel Day-Lewis, no one ever complains about him.
no,
He's an extreme method actor.
well, he has that respect though. Jared, I don't think has gained that respect.
Right.
But apparently, Jared did not method act it on Tron Ares. There was no method acting. He just came in and showed up for work.
Oh, okay.
So that's what the director was talking about. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But Bruce, still a tremendous legacy, regardless. But I really like Die Hard with a Vengeance, man. I don't know.
It's got some good scenes in there.
Yeah, it might be my favorite, but I still like the original a lot too. But there's things I like about it too. I think when it comes to the Die Hard movies, the original three, I think there's something I like about all three of them. I don't hate any of them.
They fit well as a trilogy.
They define a era of action films. Absolutely. I mean, coming out of going from the late 80s to the 90s, I'm not going to even get into the Hong Kong action films. We just covered Hardball. But as far as American action films, I mean, they're defined by Die Hard and Terminator 2 and Point Break and those movies that we got in the early 90s. And they led us to movies like later on, like Con Air and those other 90s action films that just became successful. And a lot of it stems from this about the time we moved away from one gun movies like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, where they have one gun and they're blowing everybody up, into these more everyman action movies. Bruce Willis was the everyman cop, but he took on the bad guys. Keanu Reeves was a surfer guy who stopped the robbers. It was a different form. It wasn't the big bulky buff guy doing action movies anymore.
Yeah, it was the guy who looks like somebody's dad.
Right. I mean, even Terminator 2, which is a great film, but you can argue that it's more about Linda Hamilton as the action star in that movie than it is Arnold.
Yeah.
So it was a woman being the star. So
which worked because the script was great.
Yeah, but Die Hard definitely has so much credit. I mean, how many clones are there of fucking Die Hard? I mean, Under Siege, Sudden Death, movies. We covered Sudden Death not that long ago. And they're still making Die Hard clones today. I mean, The Rock is a great action movie, but it's a Die Hard clone, and I think that's what Die Hard's legacy might be, that action film clones because of it. But it's not a bad legacy. Where they say homage is the best form of flattery or whatever, So.
They used to say mocking.
Or mocking.
Mocking is the best form of flattery.
Yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, Bruce Willis, when he does move on from this world, I think he's going to be most remembered for Die Hard and Moonlighting. Those two things.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done some other good movies. I mean, The Sixth Sense. I mean, not The Sixth Sense or Die Hard. What is his number one film besides those two? 12 Monkeys, which he's great in.
Yeah, 12 Monkeys.
I really like 12 Monkeys a lot.
Last Man Standing.
Yeah, but Last Man Standing is a remake.
That's,
that's the only thing.
Hudson Hawk.
Oh, is that considered like one of the worst films ever made?
Oh yeah.
Whoops.
I actually, when as a kid, I never switched channels when that movie was on.
It's watchable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's watchable.
Man,
The Color of Night.
What was it?
The Color of Night, when he was in the movie with Jane March, it's like almost a softcore.
Yeah.
And there was a big hoopla about it for him showing his schlong
Right.
in theaters. So,
a lot of people love Unbreakable. It's okay. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
It's Unbreakable. He's been in a lot of solid movies, I'd say.
Yeah. Mercury Rising. I remember that being an interesting science fiction movie. And Looper, man, that was good.
Yeah,
I like Looper.
Yeah.
That was a good, really cool
Another one
movie.
that we covered.
Yeah, a cool fucking movie with some freaking awesome ideas and concepts. And our former co-host Frank hates because he gets on this tangent about how the time travel thing can't be real. And I look at Frank and I say, Frank, you do realize time travel isn't real, right? so they can make whatever fucking rules they want for a movie. It's fake, dude.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And not to mention, he had his start in moonlighting.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that show. Pulp Fiction. Oh, The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. That's a really good movie.
Yeah, of course, Pulp Fiction.
M. Night Shyamalan's best.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I like Signs personally.
Yeah.
Signs
I like Signs a lot.
Going through his filmography.
Such a cool fucking alien invasion movie, Signs.
Mm-hmm.
And the scene where the alien crosses the television still to this day, it's just like frightening. But yeah, man. And I don't want this to sound like a legacy to Bruce Willis episode because it's kind of turned into that because we just don't know how much longer we'll have him, but man, what a career he had. And Die Hard with a Vengeance is a really fun action movie, man. I like it. It put Samuel L. Jackson on the map. I mean, he had been in some films already. He had done True Romance and he had done some stuff, but this is a movie that really he had been in Pulp Fiction because it came out the year before this. Yeah. But Die Hard I think Die Hard put Samuel L. Jackson for the masses because Pulp Fiction wasn't a movie that the masses saw, because it was more of an independent film. Where Die Hard was a movie, it was the number one movie in the world in 1995, so people went to the theaters to see Die Hard. So I think it really put Samuel L. Jackson on the map. And
he was
Samuel L.
Sin
Jackson.
City. Don't forget Sin
City. Oh yeah, Sin City.
Sin City.
Yeah. And Samuel L. Jackson loves this movie. He says he loves this movie because it's the one character he played that was the most like him.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun. So yeah. But a good movie, man. Fun one to watch. It was good that we did it.
Fifth Element. How can we forget?
Oh yeah, Fifth Element.
Fifth Element.
So we've covered the Fifth Element. We've covered both Sin City movies. We covered Looper. We've covered 3 Die Hard movies. We've had a pretty good, sizable Bruce Willis. We covered Planet Terror, which he's in. So, yeah. We've done a pretty good, solid lineup of Bruce movies over the years. But yeah, man. All right. But I mean, I don't know. Give it a quick ranking. I like this movie quite a bit. I think it's a pretty solid. I give it a pretty solid A-. I like this movie. I think it plays out well. I disagree with you guys that it's awkwardly paced at the beginning. I think that Simon Says game plays up to the ruse. I mean, without the game, the ruse doesn't hit as hard when you find out that they're stealing gold,
I get it.
I give it a big toe up. No. B+ for me.
Yeah. I think A- is fair. It's not perfect, but it's really good.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
That's right.
All
or is
right,
it Mr. Falcon?
Yeah, Mr. Falcon. Well, that's in the Die Hard 2 dub, right? The English dub on Die Hard 2. Yeah, he's like, yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. God, I'm so glad now they just beat movies out, or they just let it play depending on the network it airs. But, all right, next week, man, we're going to go from terrorists and guns to martial arts, man, and another 80s and 90s icon. I think it's fair to say, in this actor, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Maybe not the levels of success that a Bruce Willis had, but definitely, if you're a film buff and your movies, you're a fan of Van Damme and you appreciate the things he did. And we're gonna talk an iconic classic martial arts movie. I want to say this is 86 about. And this is a movie, you may not remember the name of it, but I guarantee you've probably fucking seen it if you've been flipping through the channels on a Saturday afternoon. And that is Bloodsport. Very cool action flick, about 90 minutes. It's a quick watch. It's a really basic where is he undercover? It's been a while since I've seen it.
So he is a military, he's in the Air Force.
That's right. And he goes to
his not adoptive family, but a family that kind of took him in.
Yeah.
And he befriended their son. Their son died in the Kumite.
Yeah.
It's basically like Mortal Kombat. But,
right. So he goes and enters himself into this tournament.
And he dies. Yeah. And so he wants to represent the family.
That's right.
And the military doesn't want him to go, but he sneaks over there. They're trying to get him to come back. And he's not going back.
That's right. I remember now. And then he ends up entering the tournament, getting revenge and all that.
Yep.
Yeah. That's right.
Brick,
And
don't hit back.
so, but some cool martial arts sequences in this movie. It's going to be a fun one to watch. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while since I've seen Bloodsport, and so it's going to be a good one to talk about next week on the show.
Yeah.
But until then, RoboRadioPodcast.com, as always, before Matt falls asleep on his computer over there across from us. But it is, to be fair, 12:20. I'm probably going to hit the bed and crash myself. But thanks for listening, as always. Until then, this has been Mark.
This has been Matt.
This is Long.
Until next time, remember, as always, just go there and
do it.